On this meeting today, I only just come across this request. I'm not sure how, might be a whole bunch of emails here, so I'm not sure what it is. As chair of the meeting, happy for the meeting to be filmed. The one thing, Richard, I think that I assume you have no problem with, but there was a tiny bit of feedback last night about the cameras swivelling and quite what the policy should be about that, and I do think that's something that members and officers may want to consider, and I'd be very grateful if perhaps tonight we avoided the question of how we define a fixed camera, whether it's a fixed camera view or a fixed position, and if you could just leave the camera there as it stands and we deal with the meeting in that way, and we can think about that other issue. Last night's meeting. That's all right.
Could I just clarify whether Mr. Taylor's been filming before now? Because
yeah, I think he has actually. So could we ask him if he can delete any filming that he's been doing prior to the meeting?
I haven't filmed anything prior to the meeting.
And he's happy to confirm that on record.
Yeah,
so we can
absolutely. I started about a second before Councillor Reid announced the start of the meeting.
Fine, good. All right, thank you very much.
Should I also ask Chair, can I ask a question if he's streaming the recording as well? As in, if he's streaming it live?
Live.
That was an issue which was raised last night by one of the councillors. So I'd like to ask that question, Chair.
No, I don't have the capability to broadcast live.
Can we record that as well, Chair, if we could?
May I have apologies for absence? I have not received any apologies for absence.
Councillor Smart was earlier here.
Councillor Smart's just in.
I think she's in community services.
Pre-scrutiny group.
Okay.
Yes.
And does anybody know if Councillor Pitt is here? Yeah? Okay. So no apologies for absence. Can I have points on the minutes of the meeting held this time last year? Can I just suggest picked up some crucial points. We didn't have any members of the opposition here on that last year, so I know that none of this is really a surprise to the executive. So if you'd like to make questions or any points of detail that you've picked up, now's your opportunity. I have some minor points of detail, but there's really typos as well. Changes since then. Let me Neil.
More a point of generalisation, Chair. I'm just checking, but I think the overall story is we don't know what's going to happen, but this seems to be the best guess and it's robust enough for what information we have at the moment.
Can I just extend that a bit?
Of course.
And I think it's robust enough to be the basis on which we're doing all the other work that we're doing in the background on our savings forecast and our sort of detailed budget for next year, which will emerge in January, February. So it's very important. It's not just the purpose of doing this isn't just guessing what's going to happen. It's to give us a very disciplined framework for setting us our savings targets.
If I may just make 2 points about the HRA. First of all, to agree with the Director of Finance that the aim of bringing up the accounts as they are was a steady as she goes, no surprises, keep everything nice and steady, and then when we know what's going to happen, we'll be prepared to go. And I'd also like to extend your thanks to the finance people, to the finance people in the housing department, especially Julia. They do deal with an awful lot of the council. The total council money, actually an awful lot of it, goes through the housing department, and they are really, really good. And I'd like to thank them.
I'm sure we'll get passed on.
I hope so.
I mean, I think that, the document is worth reading, managed, because it isn't just a sort of a canvas exercise, and it's a jolly good number crunching, because there actually is a lot of stuff here that's come from other directorates about the challenges and risks and ambitions that we have. And I think it is actually a very good overall summary of where we stand and what we're looking at in the future. Can I just make my 3 little points of detail now? Page 91, I just wanted to say the Cambridgeshire Cambridgeshire Local Area Improvements. I believe that the LAA, that's absolutely accurate historically, but the LAA, we may need to reference the fact that the LAA is being City Council. But we will, of course, wish to ensure that we retain our own climate change targets and fit with Climate Change Act targets, or better. That's at page 94, on paragraph 8.100, I just wanted to say that any review of spatial strategy for Cambridge East will have to actually be undertaken with South Cambridgeshire and County Council, because it's in such a bloody line area. Yeah, and on page 95, I just wondered whether we could clarify 8.113, which says there are over 30,000 trees within the city. I just wonder whether we could be clear, I don't know if we can be that now, whether that is 30,000 trees under our own management. I'm not asking you to, brilliant accountant as you are, I wasn't really expecting to have the number of trees at your fingertips. But I just think for public reference it's important to know whether that we're referring to the number of trees for which we have responsibility for direct management, or the number of trees that actually happen to exist in the city. Rod may know.
It was referenced last night by the tree officer. I think it's about 17,000 which are under our ownership, and then there are highways trees which we currently manage under contract, which most probably go up to the maples of 30,000. So those trees under highway are actually county trees where we actually manage on their behalf.
I think, as a point, trees are very much the forefront of many of our minds, and I think it's worth mentioning that because, of course, we do have that direct management. We also have responsibility in the tree team for overseeing what happens to trees outside our direct management in the city in terms of TPAs and so on and so forth, the conservation area trees. But if that could just be clarified. Very minor points of detail, but I think there are no other points on this, so I will start to step through the actual recommendations.
Could I just say on a very detailed point, if people do have minor detailed changes, typos or anything, please do just drop us an email with those and we will get them correct in the final version.
So as a reference to the environmental sustainability partnerships, and what we If I could just take the recommendations here. Recommendation 1 is, recommendation 2.1 is to approve an additional contribution to the Climate Change Fund. Shall I go through these steps one by one, or shall I just take them as a package? So it's not having any. I think we'll do more as a package, assuming you've read them all.
Chair, can I suggest you do the revenue general fund bonds, revenue HRA, and then the capital, and then the treasury, in the sections.
So I'll take this for recommendations 2.1 to 2.4. Those in favour?
7 Chair, unanimous.
Recommendation 2.5. Those in favour?
7 unanimous, Chair.
Recommendation 2.6 to 2 and 2.7.
7 unanimous, Chair.
And lastly, Treasury Management, recommendations 2.8 and 2.9.
Again, that's 7 unanimous, Chair.
So clear as that. And thank you very much for all the work that goes on behind this.
Yes, very much.